Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you're new on this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Letty Maps and welcome to Letty Maps the World. I am a South African currently living in South Korea, and on this channel I talk about anything and everything that interests me. And feel free to look around. You can watch some of my videos. I think I have 20 or 19 videos right now. 19 or 20, I'm not sure. So please feel free to binge watch, okay? Feel free to binge watch. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Your constant support is something that I really appreciate. And thank you so much for the 1,800 subscribers. Guys, we are growing. Oh my God, I am so happy. I started my channel 9 months ago, and I did not think that it would grow as fast as it has, but I'm really happy and I'm so grateful of the support that you guys have given me. Okay, so if you have been watching my videos for a while, you can see that I am not in my apartment. I'm not in my apartment. Okay, so I'm at school and the students were writing their exams today, so I have free time. I have not been teaching at all. So I was like, why don't I just make a video since I have the time and I am alone in this classroom. Let me show you what the classroom looks like. So this is the English, let me show you. It says, let's speak English. So yes, this is the English classroom. Some of the English classes I teach them here, but it's not actually my classroom. It's like a classroom for all the other English teachers to use. And sometimes the other teachers use this place to have meetings. With other classes, I have to go to their classrooms, like their homeroom classrooms, to teach them there. I hope no one walks in here because I'd be so awkward if anyone walked in here and they saw me speaking on the camera. I'd be like, 안녕하세요. 네, 괜찮아요. I'd be so awkward. Okay, but yes, so I am at school. The students were writing their exams today and they went home earlier. Some of them are actually outside playing basketball and soccer. Some of them have already left. So it's like really quiet. So I wanted to make a video. All right, so today's video, I'm going to be talking about the sacrifices that you make in order to live overseas. So a lot of people have been sending me messages on my Instagram telling me that they want to come to Korea. Some of them, they want to come here as English teachers, and some of them want to come here as students. Yeah, and that is amazing, you know. It's amazing to live in Korea. I get to experience a whole new culture. I get to travel. I get to try different food. And I have made friends from like all over the world, and that is amazing. Like, it is amazing. But you know, sometimes I can't stop thinking about the sacrifices that I have made in order to be here. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Today I'm going to be talking about the sacrifices that I have made in order to be here, and the sacrifices that you will make when you get to Korea, because I believe that you will come to Korea someday. Who knows, maybe you'll come here as a visitor, or maybe you'll come here to teach, or you come here to study. But yes. All right, so the first thing that I would like to talk about is leaving family behind. I think that one, a lot of people were expecting it to be the first thing that I would talk about. So if you have not watched my video about me leaving South Africa and to coming to Korea, you should give it a try. Just to watch it, and then you will see how close I am with my family. Actually, my dad does not show up on that video a lot. You know, he doesn't show up at all, because when I left South Africa family, there was a funeral in the family. So because of that, my dad had to go to the funeral, and then my mom had to take me to the airport. But then my dad showed up late. Oh my God. When my dad showed up at the airport, I was at the passport control? You know, when you give them your passport and then they look at it and they stamp it. Yes, I was there. And I remember he called me and he's like, where are you? I just got to the airport. And I was like, I'm at the passport control. And then they were just about to take my passport, but I took it back because I wanted to run back and say goodbye to my dad. It was like a scene from the movies, guys. but but yeah, you know, because like I was like, no, give me back my passport. I have to go and say bye to my dad. So the guy gave me back my passport, and I remember just going to my dad, and there were two ladies who were doing it was during COVID time, so we had to fill out some papers and give it to the ladies. So I had already filled out the papers and gave them to the ladies. But then, so when they saw me coming back, they were like, what are you doing? What's going on? And I was like, I have to say bye to my dad. And I quickly gave my dad a hug, and that's when I lost it. I was like crying. So even when I got to the passport control, I gave that guy my passport in tears. Oh guys, it was so emotional. It was so dramatic. It was just like a movie.
It was just like a movie.
But yes, anyway, yeah. So sacrifices. Let me get back to the point because I went off the topic, but not really. But yeah, kind of sort of did. So I have not seen my family in 9 months because I've been in Korea for 9 months now. So for 9 months, I have not seen my family. Yeah, you know, we talk every day. Like my mom and I talk every day on WhatsApp video calls, but it's not the same, you know. I just feel like, you know, as children, we become so focused on growing up that we forget that our parents are also growing up. And I feel like I'm also missing out on their growth. And sometimes I get really sad about it because I'm like, oh my goodness, what are my parents going to look like when I get home? What if like my mom's head is full of gray hair? Guys, I'm gonna lose it. I'd cry and be like, oh my God, I missed out on all of this. So that's like one of the sacrifices that I have made. And with my younger siblings as well, I have a little sister and a little brother, and I have been present in their lives since they were born. I remember when they went to the first grade, when my little sister went to high school, you know, my little brother's sports matches, when my sister had concerts, I'd be there. I never missed any of those things. But now I cannot be there when they reach a new milestone. So I have been there when they were born, when they were still babies, and now I'm missing out on their growth, you know. My little sister is what? She's going to be turning, wait, how old is that kid? She's going to be 15 this year. Yeah, she's going to be 15 this year. Last year, I missed her birthday, and this year, I'll probably miss her birthday as well. And I've never missed her birthday before. Even with my mom, we share birthday. My mom and I's birthday, our birthday are on the same day. And last year was the first time we actually spent our birthday apart. And this year, we might also spend our birthdays apart. So, you know, those are the sacrifices that I have made. So my second sacrifice is leaving friends behind. I have amazing friends back home, you know, friends who are so supportive, friends who are supportive of everything that I do. I have never had friends who were discouraging. Even when I told them that I wanted to come to Korea, they were so supportive. They were like, this is something that you have been wanting to do for a while. Go ahead and do it. And sometimes I would see my friends, they would get together. And obviously, I'd feel like I'm missing out on that. You know, I'd be like, oh my God, 4 more. And yeah, that is like a sacrifice that I made. I chose to come here. And because of I chose to come here, I'm missing out on those moments. My life is going on in Korea, you know, and so are the lives of people that I left behind in South Africa. Yeah, but you know, I also feel like with some of my friendship, they have gotten stronger ever since I came to Korea. Yeah, like some of my friendships, they are actually stronger. Like this is like the closest me and my friends have ever been ever since I got here. Like we try our best to communicate almost every day, if not every day, every week, because you know, people are busy. We can't be on the phone 24/7, but we try to communicate, and we also try to be understanding when one cannot come on the phone at the time you meet them. And we try to be there and to also keep each other on the loop about what's happening in our lives. Okay, so as I was saying, oh, and another thing about friends is that you miss out on your loved one's milestone. For example, a friend of mine is getting married later this year, and she asked me if I could be one of her bridesmaids. But I cannot be one of her bridesmaids because I cannot go on leave in the middle of the school year. So I can only go during the holidays, and her wedding is in the middle of the school year. And I'm so bummed about it because like I really, really wanted to attend the wedding, but I cannot. So yeah, you'll miss out on birthdays, you'll miss out on big milestone. And ever since I got here, I think in my family there has been 3 funerals, and I missed all of them. All of them. You know, sometimes I wake up in the morning and then my mom would be telling me that there's a funeral in the family and there's not much that you can do. You know, you just hear, you just send a message, but like it's not enough. It doesn't feel like it's enough. Yeah, but yeah, you will miss out on a lot of that. The third sacrifice that I feel like I have made was my career. So I don't have a degree in education. I have a degree in science, biotechnology to be specific. And sometimes I keep wondering what my career would have been like had I stayed in South Africa and had gotten a job in the science field. Like I just keep thinking like, would it have progressed? Like what would have happened? So when I was back home, you know, during the lockdown, I know it's actually quite weird. I don't understand how it was so difficult for me to get a job in South Africa during the pandemic when I have a degree in science. Like there was a virus, a microorganism that had caused a pandemic. But then me, a person who could get a job as a lab technician or a lab assistant, was struggling to get a job. Like I did not really get that. I was like, isn't this the time for like the science graduate to be thriving, you know, to be getting jobs left, right, and center? But it is what it is. So yeah, I keep wondering sometimes what my career would have looked like had I gotten a job in South Africa in my field, because sometimes I know, don't compare yourself with others. You know, sometimes I would see the people that I went to university with, you know, some of them are doing really well in their careers, you know, their science career, because they have gotten jobs in their fields. And sometimes I'm like, would it have been me had I stayed in South Africa? I don't know. And I spoke to a friend of mine. Okay, when I make my videos, I don't like to just talk about my experience. I also like to get other people's perspective. So I spoke to Letabo about this topic, and she also told me that during the lockdown, she started a business and it was doing really well. But then when she came to Korea, she had to put an end to that business, even though it was doing really well, because no one could run it for her. So that is a sacrifice that she had made as well in order to be here. Yeah. Man, this topic has made me really sad actually. Oh my goodness. But yeah, those are the sacrifices that we have made. It's really nice living in Korea, I'm not gonna lie. I love it here. I love everything that I have experienced. I love the friends that I have made, because I have made such great friends here. But it comes at a cost. When I was thinking about this video, I also looked at some articles just to see if the things that I was thinking about were things that someone has spoken about. And yeah, all the things that I was thinking about, they are there. So I will put the links of the articles, the 2 articles that I read, on the description box. In one of the articles that I read, this is how they ended the article. So they said that the author said that the sacrifices you make are only worth it when you are happy with what you are gaining. And to be honest, I feel like I am really happy with what I am gaining. Ever since I have gotten to this country, I feel braver than I have ever been. I feel more grown. I feel like I can do things alone. I feel like I can depend on myself even more. I could walk into a restaurant and eat by myself and not even get bothered. I feel that have I have gained personal growth as well. You know, I have fallen more in love with my African culture by observing the Korean culture, you know, because you see the things that Korean people do, and sometimes you compare and contrast it with your culture. And I feel like I have learned more about my culture as well by being exposed to a different culture. I love that I have done things like solo traveling, and I would like to continue to do things like that. I love that I have made such meaningful relationships. Like the relationships that I have made with some people here are really amazing, you know. And I also love the relationship that I have built with my students. I love the relationship that I have built with my co-workers. So all those sacrifices, even though they are really hard, because sacrifices are not meant to be easy, but then they are worth it because I'm also gaining something out of it. So yeah, that is today's video. If you have enjoyed this video, please like this video and leave a comment. If you agree with what I have said, leave a comment. If you disagree, leave a comment. And if you feel like I have left something out, leave a comment still. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. It will not cost you anything to subscribe. Click at that button, man. Click on that button. Click on it. Click on that button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching until this far. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.